Now, I came across a very good video explaining why rockets don't work. And it's some stuff I've seen before, and I may have covered this before somewhere, I'm thinking, where I had a guy had a small rail car idea, small car, with a balloon on the back, and then he put a piece of paper to hold the gases up as it's coming out of the balloon. Not so much hold them up, but not let them push against the air behind the cart, and therefore the cart doesn't work. Well, this guy's used what I think is really good for the rockets more so, is a string and a balloon running through his kitchen. But he does the same thing, gets the same result, of course, and clearly shows that unless you've got something to push against, which is like the air pressure, your rockets aren't going to go anywhere. And of course, what's going to make them steer? Oh, radio control. But how do you control that? No one ever asks that part. They just go, oh, it's radio controlled, man. And they were saying they could pinpoint these things with accuracy in Australia in 1950s. Like back in 54 and 5 with the Jindovic. The old Jindovic. The supersonic little plane they make just to blow up. The one-time use plane. Like, what a load of rubbish that is. Build something and do supersonic speeds, which cost a fortune, and to blow it up. Nah, no way, Charlie. But here you have our favourite number for all big hoaxery. The 135,000. The 135. 153, of course, the Fisher's number. Reverse here, the 135, the inner angle of the octagon. The number present at Dresden, Fukushima, Chernobyl, the Civil War, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, Dunkirk. There wasn't a place that I didn't find somewhere, the 135. It's encoded in the 9/11 building. One of the measurements is 135. I mean, a number is everywhere, and here it is again. Just so happens the Virgin bullshit is going 135,000 feet. Yeah, no. Yeah, so what's the rocket go when there's nothing to stop the gases flowing out the back and hitting the air pressure and thereby creating resistance and forcing the balloon downstream?
So Newton's third law in action. So now the interesting part, because I'm going to demonstrate in this next test that a mass most certainly is required to make a rocket move, or a balloon move in this case. So I'm just going to put up on the screen again the quote that Guy made earlier. I ask you to remember. It doesn't need to be able to push on anything to make it transit, is what he says. So I've taken a piece of paper and I've wrapped it around the rear tape top and bottom. So the nozzle is sort of in the curve of the paper there. So when I let go, the air will still escape from the balloon at the same speed. The balloon will deflate as quick as it did without the paper. So, according to his quote earlier, this should still move. This should still transit at the same speed because it's not reliant upon it pushing on anything. It's the mere fact that air is released from the nozzle that provides the reactionary force to propel the balloon. So, let's have a look at what happens. So, Newton's third law experiment. Test 2. Well,
What a dud, eh?
very far.
There you go.
Let's try another one. So Newton's third law experiment number 3.
So there you go. No movement whatsoever. People will scream about this. People will scream. It's like people keep screaming the Jesuits brought us flat earth. But they never want to tell us that actually the Jesuits brought us globe earth. With Copernicus from Padua University and was mostly promoted by the King of England and Oxford. Isn't that strange now? Have you ever seen anything else that was promoted by Oxford? So very strange how they'll call things one way but not the other. But that's them. They're still stuck in their old mentalities, unfortunately. I can't understand it. how they can see so many things that they'll keep calling one thing a psyop, yet they won't ever even contemplate that Copernicus could be a psyop.